I'm MJAD to Dodumon. Welcome to Simply MJAD. I am here at Godz Sun Productions, and I'm going to have conversation with 5 amazing people, individual. They're individual, however, they all have contribution to this. And my first guest is Mr. James Jean. Could you please tell us a little bit about him, what you do here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How you doing? My name is James Jean, as you mentioned. I am part of Godz Sun Productions. We are a production that put plays on stage. We conduct development in terms of acting workshops, and we do everything from, we're a one-shop organization or production company, if you will.
Okay. And what do you work with children or just various? Because I saw a lot of children around, that's why I'm asking.
Well, today we hosted a acting workshop, Genji, which was facilitated toward.
That was just one of our guests today.
Yeah, Genji Jacques, who is the founder and CEO of Godz Sun Productions. And in this acting workshop, it consumed children, adults. So we don't discriminate.
It's everybody.
It's everyone. Yeah. Because when we have plays, you need children, you need adults, you need mature adults. So it covers everybody. It's a full spectrum.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this? Is this your passion or just something that just kind of falls into your life?
I could say for a fact, acting is a hobby that I have and also a passion because I have a background in social work and the work is stressful. Yeah. But when you leave the work and you get into character, it takes everything away. It's fun. You're studying. I mean, it's a lot of studying lines and getting the, you have to make sure that you convince the audience that you're portraying this character.
Yeah, because what happens is with the audience, when they see you, as audience we go.
Absolutely.
We believe everything is perfect, so we're waiting for that perfection.
Absolutely.
We don't know how you got slaved and fall and hurt and all that stuff. We don't pay attention to that. We just what you deliver.
Absolutely.
And then that's when, we're clapping, we're happy.
Absolutely.
And if there's anything you'd like to tell us, before we leave.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Be sure to check out Godz Sun Productions on Facebook. You can, it's spelled S-U-N as in the sun, God, G-O-D-Z, and the Sun S-U-N Productions. Check us out. Call Genji does private lessons. It's something that you have to look into.
Yeah, it's something that we must get in as a community as well.
Absolutely.
And then when I know you're here in Broward, so is that people from West Palm? I know you say no discrimination, and that people from West Palm could come down here from Boca Raton.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
Miami. Yeah.
It's the whole state of Florida, New York.
Yeah, just come on down.
We're global.
I like that word.
To perform, have our stage play in your state, your county, your city, wherever churches, schools, we're available.
Yeah, and if they forget, just Google Godz Sun Productions.
Godz Sun Productions.
It's that easy.
Absolutely.
Well, James, thank you. And then we're going to bring your fellow, person that you work with here.
Absolutely.
And you contribute to. And
Absolutely.
then, we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Continue our conversation here at Godz Sun Productions with Mr. Genji Jacques, who is the CEO, founder. Lovely conversation. I haven't seen you quite some time. How you been?
Yeah, I've been doing
I know
good,
you've been
great.
busy.
Yes, very busy. Very
And
busy.
I know everything you've done, you simply can't tell us in this little interview. So just tell us what you can, where to go, where we can get our tickets, where we show up to support you. Just let us know.
Well, once again, I am the CEO of Godz Sun Productions, and we encourage and motivate actors and actresses to show their God-given talent on stage. Our vision is to really to develop, the acting industry, the entertainment industry here in Florida, to have our own building so people can show their talent the right way.
It's about time that,
Yes.
Florida is on the map,
Yes.
because sometimes we have to go to Chicago, California,
Right.
and here you are. You bring this right here
Right
in the
here in our
backyard.
hometown.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Tell us, how you started, because I know you're an actor.
Right.
A lot of people, I'm sure they know that. But
Right.
tell us
It all started when I was in I was in a movie, independent movie called When of Desire.
Oh, okay.
And when I got into that, everything just erupted. I was working with some people that I'm now really great friends with, and currently after doing that film, I started doing theater.
Okay.
And I'm more of a storyteller, and bringing actually people's experiences, life experiences on stage. Exactly.
Yeah.
So by doing that, things just started to increase. I started doing plays upon plays upon plays. I did my first play called Brothers Under the Influence, Hostage. I was involved in theatrical plays take place with my pastor, Bishop Henry Fernandez.
Okay.
When things falls apart, we're never alone, and so much more.
What you're doing here is not just simply for entertainment. This is spirituality as well.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's inspirational.
Yeah, it's inspirational.
And we need more inspirational
Yes, we
plays
do.
out there
We
to
do.
really minister to people. We're not here to entertain. We're here to minister to people, to let people know that,
Oh,
hey,
amen. That's
whatever
the
life
thing.
issue that you're going through, right, you can get out of it with the help of God.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How's the family? I forgot to ask because I'm so excited.
The
here.
family is wonderful. I have
Yeah.
my beautiful wife, Sandra Jacques.
Yes.
She's a really great support,
Yeah.
who's helping me in
You
Godz
need
Sun
that.
Production. I have my some great friends who are part of this team. My
Okay.
best friend, James Jean.
Yeah, I
here.
had a conversation with a
Ex-
delightful fellow.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. They,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it without them.
Yeah. Support is great.
Right. My great friend Suzette Turnbull, who's a social media diva.
Okay.
And so much more. Vanessa Universal, who's
Yes,
I'm a
I know.
producer on his film Love Until It Hurts,
Oh.
and so much more. We're really working together and unifying together to bring great work here in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, and the play that you're working on, when is it coming out? Because we want to make sure that our viewers
Right.
to support this wherever you are. It's worth the drive.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, to support.
You're not gonna waste your funds on this because we did a play called When Good Men Are Tempted, and we did it last year, and we're planning on bringing it back in the summer 2016. So get ready, okay? Because this
Okay.
is gonna be a play that's gonna make you laugh, gonna make you cry. It's gonna put you on the edge of your seats.
Wow.
So
I'm looking for it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to ask you something because you play, because I know how talented you
Right.
are. Have you ever thought about not to market, but to like DVD for those of us who haven't seen it, like for the past play? I would like to just go home right now, shower with my cup of tea, and just put it in.
that is gonna come
Yeah,
into
I
play.
love that.
That's gonna come into play and put into. It's gonna come into play. It's gonna happen. Well, we want to make sure that everything is in its proper place.
Okay.
Everything is done right because we are a company of integrity. We're a company that's professional, and we don't want
Integrity, I
to
like
exactly.
that.
And we want to make sure that what we put out is worth it, and what we put out is worth people's money.
Yeah.
So when people who entertain, we want people to leave with something, not leave with anything.
The time is right.
Right.
And then the spirit, what I feel here, the inspiration.
Exactly.
It's not just about motivation.
Right.
It's the inspiration, and you say it's not about entertainment because everybody's trying to entertain someone.
Exactly.
Anyone can entertain. I can stop dancing right now and entertain someone.
Mm-hmm.
But to have someone touch, move, leave them and enroll,
Right.
now that's amazing. And
Exactly.
I believe that's what you do.
Exactly.
And I'm so sorry, our conversation was short, but
No
I will
problem.
be back, I guarantee you.
Thank
Give
you
me
for
some
having me.
access and I'll be there.
Thank you for having me. I
Okay.
will.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a great
All right.
day.
Thank you.
Yeah, lovely conversation continuing here at Godz Sun Productions, where I feel humbled to be here, to be part of this. We're having a conversation with Miss Sandra Justice, and who's going to tell us even more from what you guys have perhaps already heard.
As you probably know, and if you don't already know, Godz Sun Production is an inspirational, motivational company that don't just entertain you, but it empowers you spiritually. When you come to one of our events, you are guaranteed to not just leave entertained, but with something deeper in your
Touch,
heart.
move.
You're going to be touched. You're definitely
And
going to be
enroll, and that tells you to go out there. There's something else there for you to do.
Exactly. You're definitely going to want to find out what your goal and your purpose in life is. Another great thing about Godz Sun Production is that it's a group of different companies coming together to fulfill that one common goal of ministering. Because we believe your life is a ministry on stage, which means whatever you've gone through can minister to somebody else on stage.
Tell them.
Most definitely.
Tell them.
So we have James Jeans, who's CEO for J Brothers.
Yeah, I had a conversation with James.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then we have Suzette Turnbull, who's the social media diva. We have Lunar of Universal Films,
Okay.
and the list goes on and on. We have Jeffrey Jacques, who's a motivational speaker. So when you bring all these
powerful
people
group.
together, we have Vanessa Des Landis. There's so many different people that come together to make Godz
The
Sun's
energy is
production.
powerful, yeah.
Exactly, to make Godz Sun's production such a success of what it is today. We've been blessed to be able to have sold out events.
Wow.
Sold out shows, and the CEO, the lead, Gimji Jacques, has been blessed to be on
And he's
stage.
extremely talented in various
He
ways.
is extremely talented. He have been blessed to be gifted writer and director. He's been on stage with people like Chrisette Michelle.
Yes.
I don't know if you aware
Yes,
of her
I'm very
two-time
aware.
Grammy Award
Yeah,
winner. You
aware.
have Melanie Amaro.
Yes, I know her
She's won a couple of Grammys. Tony Terry.
Oh, I love to know
Who
that. I
doesn't
wrote about
love
him
Tony
in my
Terry?
book, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I wish
Yeah.
I would have known that.
Yeah, I wrote about
he's
him.
such an.
That
I'm gonna let him
song,
know this.
you know, that song is only I can share
That song?
with you. I'll share something with you.
I'm gonna have to tell him he has a
Yeah.
huge fan down
Oh,
here in
yeah.
Miami.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I would love to read that book, by the way.
Yeah.
So having Godz Sun's production here in the community in South Florida is definitely something that is very moving, very empowering. That's why we always encourage people to go out and support it. When we're
Yeah.
having acting workshops, when we're doing events in the community, it's very important because in order for us to continue to do what we do, we need supporters. We need
Yes.
people to be able to come out and support us in what we do.
Okay, and as far as the finance to donate, is there a need for that as well? Because I know how, you know, when you first started, you know how things are. I mean,
Yes, it is definitely tough sometimes that we all have to come together. We've been blessed to get a couple of sponsors, and what's been helping us a lot of times is being able to have all these different people.
Can you mention
again,
the sponsors?
again,
Yes, that would be
it's the same team. You have the J Brothers Bakery, you have the
Okay.
Jeffrey Jacques, who's a motivational speaker, you have the Suzette, who's
great
a social
people.
media diva. So we're all pouring, and Universal Films, Vanessa Landis, we're all pouring our gifts into this one pot to
Yeah.
make this amazing production.
that's an amazing meal.
But still, sometimes, as you know, in order to be able to grow and reach higher heights, we need more people in the community being able to come out and sponsor and donate. Our doors are always open. I'd love to give the information.
Yes.
If anybody wants to sponsor a company that's doing amazing things in this community,
Yeah.
a company that is giving people a place to go. The club is wonderful, but sometimes you grow out of that.
Yes, you do.
You know, there's certain places after a while you kind of grow out of, and you just want something, mature, something sophisticated, something different, and being able to open our doors to minister, to let somebody know, look, whatever you've gone through in your life, whatever your situation's been, God can make a difference
You
in your
can
life.
recreate from that as well.
You can recreating. So it's them seeing their lives on stage, ministering to them, somebody who's gone through it. For example, we'll do a stage play and we'll talk about a specific character, and that person's able to see themselves on stage and then get some answers.
Yeah, I love storytelling in, Mr. Jacques, Jean Jacques, he's a wonderful, amazing storyteller, the way he does it. And bringing true story to life, I feel like it's amazing. It's captivating. There's nothing like it. Because, someone can go in there with a total thinking that they're going to be entertained, and then they're enrolled by this amazing true story, and thinking that they were the only one out there going through this, and boom, there it is. So you guys are just doing an amazing
Thank you
job.
so
Keep
much.
on,
Thank you.
support. I will do all I can to
Thank
support
you.
and spread the word.
Yes, we
thank you.
definitely need the support. As I mentioned, I will
Okay.
provide you with links and information if anybody find it in their heart to
Yeah, they'll have
sponsor
it.
or
We will-
donate.
Yes.
Yes, and we do have even more events coming out.
Okay.
Look out for When Good Men Are Tempted in the
Okay.
summer 2016. We're also producing a Universal film, Love Until It Hurts. And then just support
You guys
the
are
other
busy.
people in our company. Support these Universal Films, the J Brothers Bakery, Jeff Jacques, motivational speaker, Suzette, social media diva. Just go out
So
and
whenever
support
you
them as
support
well.
people, they're assisting, they're creating amazing thing in the world.
Yes.
Great contribution.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And I
Mrs.
want to give a
Justice.
special thanks to you for what you're
Oh,
doing.
thank you.
Giving
Thank you.
people like us a platform to be able
Wow.
to pass our message. Thank you, thank you, thank
Pleasure,
you.
pleasure, because I'm enrolled.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right. I love the conversation continue here at Godz Sun Productions. Here we're with Mr. Jeff Jacques, who's going to tell our motivational speaker. He's going to share, his contribution, and I will. Okay, so please continue. Welcome to Simply MJAD, and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I work in the finances for Godz Sun Productions, and being part of the ministry, so to speak, is something that's compelling. Number one to audiences that are out in the public. It's a life is a ministry on stage, and Even though I do the behind the scenes stuff, it's something that's, definitely
Which is very
inspiring.
important.
Oh yes. You got to keep help keep the business running.
Yeah.
But what I also do, I'm a motivational speaker. I empower those that are needing and uplifting motivation in their lives, and I specialize a lot in the young men of today's time.
Yeah, when you mentioned the young men, and I know you also have a Haitian background
Yes,
as well.
yes.
I've worked with juvenile justice, and let me tell you, there's a tremendous need.
Sure.
Tremendous need. And is there any particular age group that you work with? Oh.
Well, I work with young teens, even to young men between the ages of 8 all the way up to 21, 22 years old. My market is essentially, I feel like that the society has feminized men, and I just want the real young men to be real young men. And that's a lost art. And it's not so much as being exasperated as being the strongest and the most fit, but yet standing in the gap, being the covering, being an umbrella, so that unity between man and woman is such a beautiful thing. And that's something that we try to empower our young men on how to be young men, how to be loving brothers to their friends, and how to be loving, potentially fathers. And that's something that's been missing. Yes.
Yeah, it's I'm still trying to I'm coping with watching young men with their pants down walking.
Absolutely.
That is something that I'm really trying to just be when I see
Sure.
that. Where did that come from, and all this, to think that it is respectful for you to do that.
Right.
Where elders are,
Exactly.
And I believe that's why your work is so powerful. And because, if you touch one life, you don't know where this is going. It's going to manifest into the world. And that's what
Absolutely.
you do is so very important.
Sure.
How did that begin for you? Was it an experience or a friend or something?
Well, I think having a positive role model like my father, like my parents,
Okay.
that have inspired us. And then the next thing is because I've always worked with youth growing up. I guess I'm a kid at heart.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing young men, not to say that single, motherly households, when the single family households are bad, but a lot of our young men are not being mentored by other men.
Yeah.
And that's what's lacking.
They're
And
missing that.
yes, and that's the entity. And when I see that, when I see all of our young men are essentially walking with a more feminine side of them, not to say that guys can't be, metro, can't have certain types of
You're very
abilities.
representative.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you look clean.
Well, that's what
great
I'm talking
skin.
about. Yes,
Yeah, there's
there's
nothing wrong with that.
nothing inherently wrong with that,
Yeah.
except that the real genuine man, as far as being that covering, a lot of our young youth do not know what that means. They feel like you had mentioned before, having the pants down
Yeah.
is a representation of what a man is.
Calling women out of time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when they can understand how to treat a woman like a gem, and how they will get much more response from the women that desire to be treated like that, that's a beautiful thing. And equally so, I also motivate young ladies to understand their value as being a young woman,
Exactly.
and their value as being that gem to be sought out for. And it's unfortunately that's a lost mark that our youth don't have today. And I'm trying to reverse tradition back to more conservative.
And your parents did an amazing job, and I'm going to tell them I've never met them. But one thing, I want people to know that our conversation on film is unrehearsed, unplanned, and I
Right.
did not even know I was going to have this conversation with you. But I didn't know when I was downstairs in the elevator coming up, you stopped. You had the children with you. You stopped to inquire if we needed assistance in a gentle manner. And I said to myself, I would like to have a conversation with them. I didn't even know this.
Wow.
I really didn't know. It's like that. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, my motivation is this: you only have one time to make a first good impression.
You did that.
And here's another thing I say. Your perception is the biggest deception to bring across a false or a true reality, and how people perceive you at the first time brings across what their reality is in. for
Okay,
you.
is there anywhere we can reach you on social media?
Absolutely.
Godz Sun,
Sure.
Godz Sun Productions.
Well, you can reach me at Facebook. I have a new Facebook that's
Okay.
actually starting to get lifted off in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
You can Facebook me at Jeffrey Jacques,
Okay.
motivational speaker, and I have lots of links. Up
Thank
there.
you so much.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
It's been a pleasure.
conversation. We've had a lovely time today here at Godz Sun Productions. You know, we're so blessed to have been here, invited, unrehearsed, unplanned. And we pray that, you know, this gets bigger and bigger, and just support them, okay? So we're going to provide the website so you guys can go and assist, donate in every way possible. And again, thank you so much for watching Simply MJAD. We're fantastic.
It's a